My name's Brooke. I'm an EMT and I am currently living in Eureka, California. I'm making this video to discuss why the Guava Emergency Card is super helpful for the EMS world and how it would be game-changing, life-changing for us as first responders. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have like a centralized database that we can call or get to get this information. The only information that EMS personnel can get on scene is what we find. It's what we can ask the patient, it's what we can find in the house or their wallet. And so having the Guava Emergency Card and being able to just scan that would be our centralized database, and that would change everything. When we respond, we typically respond with the fire department. They typically respond about 1 to 2 minutes earlier than us, and they're going to start the medical care as soon as they can and try to get the information ready for us when we get there. When we get there, we all have our own jobs to do, and one of those jobs for the fire captain is to get that information. His job is to look around the house, to go in the kitchen, look for prescription bottles, or talk to the immediate family or the people surrounding and try to get medications, allergies, and pertinent medical history. The first place that a fire captain would typically look for their information is try to ask the people surrounding them. Usually when medical emergencies happen at home, there are other people living there and they can provide us with basic information. The second place that we usually look is in the kitchen or the bathroom, and we look for prescription bottles, we look for medical paperwork such as past visits to the clinic, or we look for what's called a life file, which is usually on the refrigerator, and it's pre-filled out information from prior medical conditions. And so if there was an emergency at their house and they felt that there was going to be another one, they would provide this family with these papers to fill out so that we could have it the next time we arrive. There is a small chance that that's actually on the fridge. I've only run into a few calls with that available. Usually the information is obtained from prescription bottles on the kitchen counter, envelopes that have name and address, and then we will go through their wallet to find their driver's license and insurance card. The most important reason that we look for this information is so that we can provide the best adequate medical care to the patient. If we don't know their past medical history or the medications that they're taking, and especially if they're allergic to any medication, we can't take critical steps in the process to help them in the situation. For instance, if someone is having an epileptic episode, we need to know if they have history of that or if they've never had one before, because this would change our route of medical care and the way that we see the call. This could be going to a different hospital, this could be making sure that they're taking their medications properly, and this could be notifying the hospital of a more serious case if this person has never had a seizure before. Another important reason why we need this information is because there are several contraindications to certain medications that we use on the ambulance. And if this person is in a medical emergency where we need to use those medications, we can't use it until we know beforehand what they're taking or if they're allergic. And that's a critical step that we would be losing on our way to the hospital. At the end of the day, emergencies happen to anyone, anywhere, and anytime. We can't stop it, we can't predict it. And so having that Guava Emergency Card in your wallet can help save that time of looking for your information and give you the best care needed as quick as possible. Thanks for listening. Choose Guava for me and all the EMS personnel and your life.